All right. So to start off with, we have to first add all of our parts, right? Right. We'll add all of our parts. Then this I'm not sure which part specifically you need help with, so I'm going to be going from the beginning, right? So this is the part that we don't want to move. This is our web plate. It's what everything is placed is moving around, right? So our web plate, we will right click that and we will click this option here that says grounded, right? So our web plate we want to ground in place. Right. So once it's grounded, if I drag it, it doesn't go anywhere. Now I can start working on the other relationships, right? So I need two more of these pegs actually. So I'm going to place another 10 by 10 and 10 by 15 peg on it. Right. So the long pegs are supposed to go in these holes, right? These holes here. And then the short pegs are supposed to go into the links there. But we'll get to that. Maybe that wasn't the best color to use. Maybe I should have used the lighter color. Maybe that's slightly easier to see. Okay. All right. So it's easier for moving parts and things that have to interact with each other, right? It's easier to okay. So once we've got all of our parts in place, now we want to start applying all of the relationships. We want to start joining them together, right? So most of our parts here are cylindrical. We're going to be having cylindrical relationships, like rotational relationships, right? Because these objects will be rotating around each other. So I'm going to click joint. I'm going to be using mainly for my relationships. I'm going to be using joint, right, rather than constrain. Constrain is a more manual way of working. You're applying the relationships, you're applying the rules one at a time, right? With joint, you are it's more you're defining what one part means to another part, right? And you can define more things at once, right? So I'll click joint. Then what I want to create a joint with, right? I don't want to select this as a cylinder like this, right? Because then the relationship that it'll then apply to this as a cylindrical hole will be that it will be sliding up and down, and that's not what I want, right? In this case, what I want is I want this circular face here. I want it to I go to the underside, right? I want it to be sitting flush with this circular face here, so that the pin as it sits in there, it like, would you say it rotates? As it sits in there, it's fixed in place. It doesn't move up and down, right? It doesn't move up and down. It only moves rotationally, right? So the circular face there, that's the face I want, not the object as a cylinder, right? If I wanted it to be cylindrical, the relationship, then I would select it as a cylinder, but not in this case. So the first object I select, that's the one I want to move. So I'll select there. I want that cylindrical. That face there. And then when I select here, I'm not selecting this object as a cylinder like this, right? I want to come down until it's selecting as a face like this. Then I'll click. Then it'll move right. You can see it rotates like that. It does that little animation. And relationships there, under type of relationship, it's rotational. And that's what I want. I want it just to be rotational. So I'll click apply. Then it'll let me move on to the next relationship. Right? So my next relationship will be the next long pillar. I'll click that face there on the bottom. Right? And again, I'll go to the underside. I want to click this circle there. Right. Again, under type of relationship, that's a rotational relationship. I'll click apply. Right. Then I've got my two pegs, my two long pegs. They're sticking out of the thing like that. Right. So my next relationship is going to be again rotational. Right. But I want to apply it to this drive link here. Right. So I'll go to the top circle there. I'll click there. And then on top of this peg, I want that circle to be in place with that peg, right? To surround that peg. So I'll click that. There we go. There we've got our rotational relationship. I'll click apply. Right. Then this long link, that should be the drive link. I don't think. That should be. This is the drive link, this is the center link, this is the rocker link, right? So the rocker link goes on the other side, right? So again, joint, again, I'll click the circle on the top face there, selecting it as a circle, right? And then I'll select that circle on the other side. And that spins it like that. I'll click apply, right? So what I want to do now, right, before I put my center link in place, right? I want to drag these out here so that they're sort of in the right position. If they're facing this side like that, it will place the center link between them. Yes, that will fulfill the rule, but it's on the wrong side, right? If this stuff is turning on this side, it's not. I won't be able to get it to go to the correct side where it's supposed to be on. So that's why I've just adjusted that like that, right? So now I'm putting in these two pegs here. I want to put them into these holes and then put the center link on top of that. Right, so again, joint. I want this bottom face there because I don't want the peg to move up and down. Right, and then again, I'll pick that bottom circle there. Then again, that's a rotational relationship. I'll click apply. Right. Then with this one, same bottom face there, go to the underside, same bottom face there. Right, rotational relationship, I'll click apply. Right, then we get to the last link, the center link. Right, so just like the drive link and the rocker link, right, I'm using the top face there, that top circle there. Again, a rotational relationship, I'll click apply. Right, top circle there, top face there. You can see it moves as if it ditches the previous relationship, right? It's not actually ditching the previous relationship. It will still keep that in mind. I'll click apply. Right, and then those all fit together in place now. All of the relationships are in place. So if I take this pin and I drag it, okay, or if I take the drive link and I drag it, it now rocks the way that it's supposed to, right? It now moves the way that it's supposed to move, right? If I with the drive link selected, right, with the drive link selected, if I expand the relationships, I've got my two rotational relationships there, right? If I select one of them, this is its rotational relationship with the peg, with the 10 by 15 peg, with the long peg, right? And then this is its rotational relationship with the shorter peg, the 10 by 10, right? So the one that I want to animate is this one, right? The relationship with the 10 by 15. So I'll click drive there, right? And then the start angle and the end angle, in the case where you would just want to show the object moving, right? You don't really need a specific degree in there. I can put maybe 0 in the start, and at the end there I can put something like 700 degrees or 10,000 degrees if you wanted to just continue, like to keep going, right? So when I click play, right? Okay, this is exactly what I wanted, right? So nothing seems to be happening. It's saying that it's rotating, but nothing seems to be happening. Why? It's because the peg is the one that's rotating, right? We selected the relationship through the link, but when it rotates, the peg is the one that's rotating in this relationship. Which isn't what we want, but it's this is the way that it's set up because of how we set everything up. So how we can fix this, right? I'll go to my 10 by 15 peg, this one. I'll go to my 10 by 15 peg, and this rotational relationship that it has with the web plate, right? What I can do is I can right click and then edit that relationship, right? And under type there, under type of relationship, I can change that from rotational to rigid. Right. Now with a rigid relationship, it's now fixed in place. So it won't rotate. It won't rotate. Right. So I'll go once again to my drive link, right? To that rotational relationship that it has with the peg. I'll click drive, then I'll hit play there. And now because the peg is fixed in place and it can't rotate, the only thing that can rotate is the link, the drive link. And so that's why the drive link will then rotate like that, right? So that's how you get it to play by itself using the relationships like that.